Now let's watch Paul McCain tie the Gurgler fly.
Well, hello, Matt. It's spring is coming, and I'm getting ready because I love to fish the back bays around the sod banks, and I like to use one of my favorite flies from one of my favorite tires, and it's the Jack Garside's Gurgler. Very simple fly, very simple materials to use. Basically, it's a foam fly cut out of sheet foam, and then you add bucktail to it, and it's so easy, and it catches fish. So, why don't we get to the bench and tie us up one? This is, like I said, one of the most simplest flies to tie. It only has a few ingredients. But first, we're going to start with a long shanked hook. We also have, I'm using flat wax nylon 210 denier, very strong. It also uses some crystal flash, some bucktail, and saddle hackle. And that's about it. Like I said, it's a very simple fly. I'm going to attach my thread and wrap back. I'm giving a little texture to the hook shank. I'm leaving a lot big area, and I'll tell you why. I want this hook to have weight in the back so that it sinks a little bit in the back and it gives a little more action to the fly. So I'm going to take my bucktail. And I'm just going to cut a little piece off like that. And clean it up a little bit and tie it in. I always pull straight down. That way the material will stay right on top. Wrap back to this point. Now I want it very sparse because I do want this tail to sink a little bit. Bring it up a little bit. Get myself 1 or 2 strands of crystal flash. This is called crystal flash. All right. And what I do is I actually fold it in half, cut it, fold it in half again, cut it, then I take it and I wrap it around my thread, just like that. And the reason I do that is now I can position it anywhere. I could go on the sides if I want, but I'm going to put it right on top. Hold it, wrap back. Very simple. Now I'm going to take my foam, right, and I'm going to cut a little point like that. And I'm going to lay it in so the point is right by the hook eye. Leaves a little space, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wrap, a tight wrap. That's one thing good about the 210. You can really pull it down on it. You don't want to pull down so hard that you cut the foam, but you do want to have a little bit of tension on it. Okay? Now I'm going to take my saddle hackle and I'm going to tie it in by the tip. Just like that. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take a little super glue, flip this up. Put a little super glue there. Not a lot, just a little bit. All right. Fold this down. Get this out of the way. And I'm going to pinch. And I'm going to spiral wrap with my thread right up to the front. Tie it off. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my saddle hackle and I'm going to follow those wraps and wrap right up to the front. Do a couple wraps right there and tie it off. Pull everything back. You can try to get all the hairs out of the way. Make a few wraps. Now I take this and I fold it. Now I'm just going to cut it like here. I just want to get rid of a big part of it. Get it out of the way. Now I'm going to fold it just like that. And I'm going to make a couple wraps. See how I have that? Even this up. I'm going to take a little piece of foam. And the reason I'm doing this is very soft. So I want to give a little stiffness to the lip. This is a top order fly. So I pinch it and I wrap right down, just like that. There again, pulling it, but not too heavy that it cuts the foam. And then I can reach in there, do a wraps in the front, take my whip finisher, and pull it up, reach in there, and cut it. Take my super glue again, and a very light coat, very light. And take my foam and I kind of squeeze it and rubbing it a little bit to activate that super glue, so it gets a nice thick coat. And then I reach in there like this, and I'm going to trim this up, and that's it. And that's my Gurgler. Super good fly.
Super easy, super effective. Especially I like fishing it in the spring when there's grass shrimp around. It just works really well. I tie it mostly in white, but I also tie it in other colors, and I actually change the tail up. I add a little hackle to the tail. It works incredible. So if you want more information, please contact me at River Bay Outfitters or call River Bay Outfitters 516-415-7748, and I'll be more than happy to help anybody out with any of these products that we sell and flies that we tie. And if you have any questions at all, just call me. All right, until next week, tight lines.